Hey guys, if you're in the market for a tote bag like this that can fold up, basically go from this size to this size, I'm going to show you two very solid options, and I just want to go over the differences, the similarities and the differences between both these bags to help you make a better decision when it comes to picking which one is best for you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess and I am the travel review mom, and I do travel gear destination reviews so that I can help you make better buying decisions. So the two bags that I'm going to show you today are the Foldie, and this is a similar bag from Bagsmart. And like I said, they're very similar in a lot of ways, but there's also some differences that I think are important to show you guys just so that you can make a better decision. So I kept one folded up and one open just so that you can see that both these bags basically fold into themselves into like a pouch size bag. But I will point out, if you can see, that the Foldie is just slightly bigger because that front pocket right here, this is what it'll fold up into. So when the Foldie is folded up, it has about an inch and a half more space, so the pouch would be just slightly bigger when you're packing it up into this size. All right, so both these bags are opened up, and as you can see, they're very similar in size. I really don't see a big difference in this. Now, they also both have a bottom part that expands out to add extra space to the bag. So depending on how much stuff you want to put in it, you can expand it as well. And I'll show you just how they both look when they're expanded. You simply unzip this bottom area, and that's how you would expand it. All right, so I will note that the Bagsmart has about half an inch to an inch more depth when it's unzipped than the Foldie does, but like I said, both very comparable in size. Now I'll move on to the material and the pockets, because I really think that that is the biggest difference between these two bags, and I think it's important to note. So the Foldie is, I'll try and get a close up here. The Foldie is like this kind of shiny nylon material, and it's definitely a more heavy weight. I can feel, just in picking up the bags, I can feel like this one is definitely more durable because it's a thicker and heavier material. And then they also kept the same material that's on the outside throughout the inside on the Foldie bag. So similar color, similar material. Whereas the Bagsmart is just more of a, I don't want to call it canvas, but more of like a backpack type material. It's a bit thinner. I don't know if it'll hold up quite as long as the Foldie will. And then the inside is a softer, I would call it a very fine, almost like fleece material, but it's definitely a softer, thinner material on the inside as well. So overall, when you feel these two bags, this one is definitely a thicker, more durable material. And since we're talking about the outside and materials, the Bagsmart bag has these plastic D-loops, and it still has a shoulder strap, but the clasp on the shoulder strap is also plastic. So, you know, if you're worried about it breaking, this one can break because it's plastic, whereas the Foldie is a metal D-loop with a metal clasp. Also on the shoulder strap, the Foldie comes with a padded piece right here, whereas the Bagsmart does not come with any sort of padded piece. So it might just be more comfortable if you're carrying it around a lot. I would say the straps are pretty comparable, not a big difference in the material or the quality of the straps, so I think they'll both hold up really well. And now we'll move on to the pockets, because that is where another major difference is between the Foldie and the Bagsmart. So as you can see, the front pockets are slightly different size, not a huge deal, but if you're looking to fit in like your toiletry bag, you're more likely gonna fit it into the Foldie than the Bagsmart. And then the Foldie unzips completely and has an additional pocket on the inside. So as you can see, when you open this up, there is this added little small pocket, which would be great for like a passport or some papers, that's kind of hidden on the inside of this pocket, which is nice. Whereas the Bagsmart is just an empty pocket there, and it doesn't unzip quite all the way, which isn't a deal breaker for me, but no pocket on the inside. Moving on to these side, like water bottle pockets, I call them. The Foldie has two of them. There's one here and one here. And as you can see, this pocket goes from about the side seam to that front pocket, whereas the Bagsmart still has the same pockets on both sides. However, theirs is the full width from this strap to this strap. So you definitely get a much bigger side pocket. And then on the back side, I love that they both kept this option, this strap here, to slide it over the handle of a rolling bag, which is really nice when you're walking through the airport to have this option. However, the Foldie did one better. They have their strap in the form of an additional pocket. So as you can see, it still goes through here. You can still slide it over the straps, but there is this added little pocket. So I just feel like they maximize their pocket space. So you can just throw like sunglasses or pens in here, whatever you want. All right, now we'll move on to the inside of the bag. Just a few small differences there as well. I already explained the difference in material on the inside, but the Foldie has on one side, I call them like backpack or organization style pockets. There's like two pen or pencil pockets, and then these smaller accessory pockets, which are great for throwing your chargers in, and like charging cords in there. Whereas the Bagsmart just has this one bigger pocket that you can throw stuff in, but I like that they definitely have this inside pocket. And then here is the biggest difference on the inside for me, and I think this is a huge game changer as far as what makes the Foldie stand out, is the Foldie gave us this other inside zip pocket, but it's made of a plastic material on the inside. So essentially you have this very large waterproof pocket or compartment inside the Foldie bag. So if you had a wet bathing suit or a wash rag or something, you could throw it in here and not worry about it getting any of your other stuff wet. So I love that the Foldie added this waterproof pocket, and unfortunately, it is not on the Bagsmart bag. There's no other interior pocket. Overall, I think the design of these two bags is really great. I love the expandability of both of them. They come in really cute colors, and they definitely hold a lot. If you're looking to have a bag that's great for optional like weekend stuff, or a personal bag or a carry-on on an airplane. I do want to make mention that there is a pretty big price difference between these two bags. So I would say this is a classic case of you get what you pay for. It kind of depends on how you're looking to use it and how often you're looking to use it to basically decide which bag is best for you. I would say overall, the durability and the quality of the materials in the Foldie bag are definitely superior. So I think if you're using it really hard and very frequently, that the Foldie is going to hold up longer over a period of time than the Bagsmart. But if you're looking for just a nice bag for occasional weekend trips to take to college, or if you're not a really frequent traveler, then you're definitely getting still a really decent bag for the price with the Bagsmart. So those are the key differences and similarities between these two bags, and I really hope that this was helpful in deciding which bag is right for you and which one you want to get. But overall, I think they're both really solid options, and I don't think you could go wrong with either one of them. If these kinds of videos interest you, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel, where I do lots of different travel gear and travel destination reviews, and I help you guys make better buying decisions. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.